Started week 2 of camp here. How'd the guys look out there?
We were good. We had a different kind of format today, a typical Monday for us, helmets only. We could have been in shells, but we chose not to. A little shorter practice than more than usual. Had some third down install stuff we wanted to work on, and we went pretty hard Saturday, in shells, so backed off of them a little bit today.
Jeff, I think we're talking to Oscar today. How have you seen him grow just from last year to this year?
Oh, just the evolution. When we got here, Leroy was the 1 and Oscar was the 2. And I like to play 12 personnel. And then obviously when Leroy graduated, Oscar became the 1 and Dan became the 2, and just the evolution of that. And we use both those kids quite a bit. And, he's just a good human being. He's got a great family. He's always got uncles at practice. His father's at practice. He's a Brandeis legend. He's a kid that could have gone anywhere in the SEC, and I think started at tight end. Never walked in my office one time and has ever asked for anything. And very loved in the community. Everywhere I go, everybody knows Oscar. Everybody appreciates the people that he is and his family. And he's just a great representative of our program and a San Antonio 2-0 legend.
It's 2 years in a row he's delivered at least one game-changing kind of highlight reel catch that makes a lot of memories. Is there something about a player to come through in those kind of spots in that one?
Oh, yeah. He's calm in the chaos. He's got very, very soft hands. He understands his body and how to use it, and frank trusting. So those are a lot of good combinations to have.
How's that tight end room looking overall so far in camp?
I think it's as good as anybody's around. I feel really good about them. Don't want to brag too much on the young guys with, crazy world we're in nowadays. But yeah, we've got some good players in there. We have a higher number of tight end scholarships than a lot of schools. We take from another position. We want tight ends. They're hard to find. You got to develop them. You start describing a tight end. You got length, power, speed, IQ. Got to be able to block and be a tight end. Got to be able to be a fullback and block. Then you got to be a wide receiver. That's a lot of things you're mentioning right now. But if you can do it, you can be in run personnel with pass sets, and then the formation you're allowed to still use those guys, and then you can get in some heavy formations and run the ball. So it gives you a lot of multiplicity on offense. So I've teased about this before, but when we started the staff together, we were all tight end coaches at one point or another, and you can tell our offense is heavily driven through the thought of tight end coach.
How was your fan event over the weekend? Looked like it was a big turnout.
It was awesome. I told Dr. Compost I didn't think we'd have 100 people show up as hot as it was on Saturday. And we got down there, and there was just people wrapped around the lines. And if anybody didn't get an autograph, we're extremely sorry. I've heard mixed things on that no one got turned away. And I've heard a couple people did get turned away, but I promise you that was not because of our players. We only budgeted for an hour and a half of time, and it ended up taking us about 2 hours. We had to push back our schedule, but heard raving review from the fans about how polite our kids are, how their smiles were great, eye contact. Just, I thought it was really well done. There's always things you can do to get better, and I'm sure, our administration will take notes of that, and we'll try to be better next year.
Jeff, have you seen Jamal Ligon continue to develop year to year?
Very similar to Oscar in the fact, just the human being that he is, the way he was raised. I was blessed that I've known him for a long time. My brother was his high school coach. And I got him, Kurt was telling me about him when he was very young. So I got him to camps when he was extremely young. I'm the one that told Kurt to put him on defense because he was a tight end, believe it or not. And I was afraid because of his lack of length, he needed to find another position. I knew he was a college player. And Kurt put him at tight end and fullback and linebacker. And we're really grateful for Jamal and his leadership. Jamal used to be 88, and then he gets a single digit. Oscar, I don't even know what his number used to be. But then he gets voted in the single digit. So what number was Oscar back in the day? 84. Thank you, Kyle. That's why you got a good SID right there. Best SID in the country, Kyle Stevens.
What's the outlook for the spot next to Jamal? I know there's some competition going on there.
It's going to be awesome. We got 4 dudes there. Avery Morris has been steady. Martavis was here last year and really coming on before he got injured. Bringing in Deron Allman was huge, and then Rodney Gross. So we're really excited about that room. We still feel good about LBJ, and I think it's going to be a heck of a contest. I really do.
Do you ever wonder what your tight end room would look like if Ligon was still a tight end?
We'd be short and tough.
Yeah.
We had to be a lot of sniffer back sets. But he would go in there and light somebody up. I can promise you that, Steven.
Jeff, what was your reaction to seeing all the conference realignment that took place late last week? It was kind of a whirlwind.
Yeah, you know, it's some serious culture pillar violations going on because you're, you know, control the controllable, right? Well, what is that? But you do have to wonder, like, where do we fit in all that and what's going on behind closed doors? And I imagine President Amy and Dr. Compost don't let me privy to all the conversations that are in the back, but I imagine there's some conversations going down that I'm not aware of. So there's that in my mind, there's no doubt. And I'm just trying to make sure my team doesn't get all caught up in that stuff. We know what we got right now. We got Houston in 26 or 27 days, whatever Steven tells me it is. We're that far away from that. And that's what I know right now.
Do you have any thoughts on like the trend towards maybe more national leagues and a lot of the traditional stuff going by the wayside?
Yeah, I do. It's just, you know, I do. We'll have coffee one time. We'll talk about it, Greg.
Thanks.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.